Alright. Alright, so here is the guitar after the spray. It's been it's been almost a whole day, and it's time to wet sand it now. Take care of some of this orange peel from that spray can. And you know, something I thought about after I did this, it's been a long time since I've been doing this kind of work, and I think part of the reason why it did orange peel when I applied the poly is maybe because I didn't let it sit long enough after applying the last coat of stain. I only let it sit maybe 4 hours after I applied the last coat of stain, and then I sprayed it. And probably what I should have done is waited 24 hours, so it would have had plenty of time to seep in. So I think the stain, you know, interacted with the polyurethane. So anyways, no big deal. Just a little more sanding work, wet sanding. I've got, and you don't need this high grit. This is just what I got, so this is what I'm using. I have 800 grit. This is actually orbital sandpaper here, but it should do just fine. And I also have a bowl of water here. So let's get started. And general rule of thumbs when you're wet sanding is you want to stay with the grain of the wood. You don't want to sand against the grain of the wood. Like, the grain runs this way, so you want to sand this way, not back and forth like that if you can help it. And that way none of your sanding marks show up or cloud up the finish any. Just want to go over it real nice. And if you want to see where you're at, see if you need to keep going or not, you can take a dry rag. In this case, I'm going to use this towel right here that I've got it laying down on, and just wipe your water off. And you want to kind of get down and really look. And if it looks pretty smoothed out, like I've already got most of the orange peel out in the spot right here. Still some right here, but it's that quick. And this is 800 grit. It doesn't take much. And main thing you want to watch for is don't sand it so much that you go through your polyurethane and down to the wood. If you do that on accident, it's not a huge deal. Just try and blend it in as best you can with your paper. And when you spray it again, you won't hardly be able to tell. The thing is, if that does happen, when you go to spray it again, in this spot right here, which I haven't went through the poly, but you get what I'm saying. In the spot that you go through the poly and down to the wood, your pores are going to start showing up again. So that's just going to be a little more work. You may have to do a extra coat than you would have of polyurethane because you went through down to the wood. So, but that does happen. I've had it happen. Back when I was working as a gunsmith, I did it countless times before I got it down to where I didn't do it anymore. I tell you, through this project, one of the hardest things when I first sanded this down was keeping all these edges, like the side edges and stuff here, the chisel, I guess you'd call it, I don't know. But keeping those intact was very difficult. I actually sanded most of this with a orbital DA style sander, and even on a lot of these parts where I could easily get to it, I still used the DA. I don't recommend doing that unless you were just DA master, you know, unless you're really good at it. And because it's so easy to make one of these lines here sag, and then you've got a big crooked line on your finish, and It's easy to dig a trench in the wood, so I don't recommend that unless you're just really good with a DA orbital sander. I'm pretty stoked to see how this guitar turns out when I'm done with it. I've got some nice, they're black chrome, or maybe they're just painted black. I think they're black chrome, but they're black chrome ceramic humbuckers, like kind of the style you'd see on a Les Paul. And I've got 500K potentiometers for the volume and tone, and the tone pot is a coil tap, so I'm actually going to be able to tap my coils and make them like they're a single coil instead of a humbucker, which should be really cool. But yeah, it's going to be cool when it's done. It may take some time to get there, but it should be pretty sweet when it's finished. Let's see. All this is good right through here. Up here, and I just spilt the water. Way to go. Yeah, it orange pilled real bad up through here. It's going to take a little bit of doing there, but that's okay. Main thing, take your time, do it right. Truthfully, I wish I had 400 grit, or even maybe 320. I've never done 320 wet sanding a wood finish, but I'd say it probably wouldn't hurt nothing. This 800 grit's taking a lot longer than 400 does. That's what I usually use, but I don't have any, so I'm using the 800. See right there? You may or may not be able to see it, I don't know, but I just barely went through the finish right there. Lucky it's on an edge and not in the center of the guitar, because that could add some time to this, and I'd really like to try and get it done soon. Yeah, I also got some black locking tuners for this guitar. I've never used those before. I'm curious to see how they do. Most of the stuff I ordered for this guitar are, you know, budget-minded, because I really can't afford, you know, high-end. Like, eventually, I'm going to replace these black locking tuners I got with Grover tuners. I mean, Grover's the way to go. I have Grovers on my SX Les Paul, and they're just fantastic tuners. So hopefully one day get a little more money in my pocket, I'll upgrade those. Main thing I'm wanting to do is all the hardware on this guitar, it was all black and chrome. Everything was black and chrome on it when I got it back in 2003, I think. And that's all well and good, but I'm kind of wanting to go for something different, because every Warlock's either black or red, unless it's a high end. Then some of them have a wood finish like this. But yeah, definitely, I don't think there's any Bronze Series Warlocks out there that have been done this way. So it'd be kind of cool, be different. Coil tap, that'll definitely be different for one of these models. and it'll just be an overall upgrade, hopefully. Let's wipe this. Not quite. This is good. This is not. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but like right here, right through here, see how it's just cloudy and good, and you know, you don't see any of the orange peel effect like you've got here and here. This is what you want. I swear that water's going to spill before this video ends. Now we're getting there. Yeah, that's good. This is good now. That is not. That is not. We'll go ahead and switch to a new piece of paper where this isn't designed to be used as wet or dry sandpaper. It's kind of mushing up on me a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna hit this just a little bit more. That's good. Okay, move on to the other side. That was fast. That's good. Yeah, that spot didn't get orange peeled too bad. That's why that's going a lot quicker. Man, this is going to look sweet when it's finished. I'm really proud of these edges on here. They're sharp. No runoff. Real proud of that. Makes you feel good about yourself whenever you do something right, huh? And don't want to do that. Almost. Okay, that'll do till next time. Definitely don't want to go through the finish. It's shaping up to be a really long video. I'm still not even done with the front yet. Okay. Alright, and that'll do it for the front. I'm going to work on these edges around through here. Take a vape break. And my daughter's at school right now, so this is about the only time I get to do stuff like this. Can't really think of a better way to spend it though. Could be up at the house, piddling around watching TV, but why do that when you can be working on something and bettering yourself? You know, doing something you like to do. Can't beat that, eh? All right. Okay, that's good. Another thing, on these real small edges, on stuff like this, doesn't take much. Real easy to go through the finish if you're not careful. Get this side. Maybe I already got that side. I don't know, I'll hit it a little bit just to be sure. You know, whenever you do stuff like this, you can really see how the luthiers and stuff that make, and people that make these guitars, you can see a lot into how they were made. Like this one, for example, I can see, let's see, looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of wood glued into one piece, and I guess they clamped that together and let it sit, and then they carved the actual guitar out of that, which is pretty cool actually, as it really gives some really gives the wood kind of a cool look once you stain it down and all that. It's pretty interesting. Let's see, that's good. So hit this top and sides here now. Sandpaper's starting to give out on me again. May have to go get some more, I'm not sure yet. Alright, there's that. Let's go ahead and get the inside here. Okay. That'll do. I'm not sure how much memory is on my phone, or left on my phone over there recording, so if it does kick off, I'll see you next time. I'm hoping it'll have enough for the whole video, though. This one's going to be probably longer than the other ones I've done. Yeah, I never would have thought I'd start a YouTube channel and start, you know, doing projects like this and making videos and all that. I've never done it in my life. But like I said on my first video, it'll be real cool. You know, if my kids or my grandkids want to know about this guitar and know what went into making it whenever they're older, you know, they can just pop on over to YouTube and take a look at what Dad or Granddad did to make it the way it is. Okay. Almost ready to do the back. This 800 grit's making this take a whole lot longer than it normally would. I may go get some different sandpaper for the next run, I don't know. Alright, there's that. Let's start on the back. Yeah, come on now. Yeah, I definitely need some better sandpaper. This stuff kind of sucks. I think I had another piece laying over here. I'll be right back. Go. Here's a piece of 320. We'll see how it does. So to speed things up a little bit. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, using a heavier grit like 320, you don't want to apply too much pressure. So that way you don't get any burn through here. Yeah, that's going much quicker. See, well, hold on. See how much smoother this looks as compared to this over here? That's what you want. good. Typically also on polyurethane jobs like this on wood, if you want to get a nice almost mirror finish, usually takes, in my experience, it can take up to 6 or 7 coats. Wet sand, coat, wet sand, recoat, wet sand, recoat, and so on. But that's kind of what I'm going for here. We'll see how that works out. I really don't care for this polyurethane in the spray can I've got. The poly itself works great. It's the application of spraying it that's not so great. Hopefully, one day soon I can invest in a decent airbrush kit. Our shop that I worked at and did this before, we actually used Harbor Freight disposable airbrush kits, and they worked great actually. You'd get probably maybe six sprays from one bottle before you'd have to toss it. Sometimes you could get more than that. It really all depends on how long you waited before you cleaned out your bottle with some mineral spirits, or we even used denatured alcohol, and even nail polish remover worked pretty good. Sometimes if we were having a dry spell at work, they wouldn't buy the expensive stuff. They'd go to the dollar store and get some fingernail polish remover for our degreaser or whatever else we needed, and it worked. It didn't work as well, but it got the job done. Just had to take a little extra care in what you were doing and how well you degrease stuff. Okay, I think we're about good. About as good as we're going to get. Still got to hit this up here, up around the strap stud hole that I got the screw in. Be sure and get around it real good so I don't have any goofy looking poly build up. Okay, that'll do it for the back. Yeah, looks good for the most part. Nope, I missed a spot. So right here is kind of fighting me a little bit. I don't want to get it too much though, because I really don't want to run through that finish. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and that, ladies and gentlemen, will do for that. Double check my sides. Okay, there's that. We are just about finished, I think. I still got to get in the V back here, but other than that, just about there. May have to get the other side too. And after I get done with this, I'm probably going to buy a tack cloth. But after you get done wet sanding, it's a really good idea to go ahead and run a tack cloth back over this whole thing real good. Because if you don't, stuff will get in there and mess up your finish. You don't want that. Okay. That'll do it. Yep, no it won't. Missed the spot. Forgot all about that side. Okay. I don't want anything shiny. Make sure to get this all, every surface. Mm-hmm. Okay, almost there. It's taking forever. Okay. There we go. All right. It is all ready. That's everything. Now I will see you all on the spray video.